So a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, I made a video talking about the hardest, I think the title of it, if you want to go back and check it out, it's like the hardest part of the spiritual awakening journey. And in that video, I'm talking about the hardest part of the spiritual awakening journey, for me anyway. And that is enduring until the end. Enduring until the end, and enduring until God ushers you into your purpose and you finally receive the promise and the favor that is attached to that purpose. But endurance, and I don't know, just today I am back in that mode and that spirit of just patience, embracing patience in order for me to be able to endure to the end. And so I have a couple of scriptures in reference to in patience and enduring to the end. And it's funny because one of the scriptures I had wrote, or I posted a video earlier. I made a video earlier today, and I'm actually not posting it, but there was a scripture in that first video that I made, and I don't know, like when I was looking up like different scriptures on patience, it took me back to that same scripture. So I feel like that's kind of strange, but prophetic in some ways. Anyway, the first scripture about endurance, and I got the NIV version of the Bible. Some Bibles call it or they refer to it as endurance, but in this Bible they refer to it as perseverance. And so it's kind of like the same thing, I guess, to continue to endure whatever comes your way, your trials and challenges, and just being patient throughout that time while God works on you and prepares you, basically. Enduring through all of that is something, many ways, equivalent of persevering. If you hear somebody say like, oh, we're gonna persevere, we're gonna overcome this situation, or whatever the case may be, like perseverance, endurance, kind of one and the same, I guess, in this context. So book of Hebrews chapter 10 verse 36, it says you need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. For in just a little while, he who is coming will come and will not delay. Yeah. So basically, you need to endure and persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. It's all in the walk, folks. You got to endure. And enduring is like being patient. Sometimes you can just sit back and be patient for something and like you're just practicing patience. But when you on a spiritual like awakening journey, it's like you have to try to be patient because every part of you is like, especially as long, like how long your journey turns out to be, because everybody's journey is different. Some people's may last longer than others. I know mine has been it has felt very long, and mine is different from other people's journey because my calling and my purpose is higher. So patience is an active thing, something that you have to try to do day after day after day, to endure and to persevere until the end, until God says, okay, now you're ready, or whatever the case. And then the last scripture that I had was, it's in the book of James, chapter 1, verse 2 through 5. And this is actually called Trials and Temptations. So, it says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance, endurance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So, actually, teaching patience and teaching endurance and perseverance is a part of the spiritual awakening journey. It's a part of your walk. It's something that God is preparing to instill inside of you, in order for you to be prepared for your purpose, and like, so that you're prepared, like not lacking anything. God works on, the point of a spiritual awakening journey is for God to test your character, to refine your character, to work on your patience and endurance, and just a bunch of different aspects of your mindset and how you show up in the world, to prepare you for your purpose. And like I said, it's not like, that's probably the hardest part of the awakening experience, is in being patient and enduring to the end. And that's why 2 weeks later, after I made the video about that being the hardest thing, I'm back in that spirit. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm just sharing some scriptures basically that kind of speak to, I mean, I don't know if I might have shared some scriptures in that video, but I'm not sure. But these are some scriptures that kind of speak to why, like, the patience is difficult but necessary. The enduring until the end is difficult, but it's necessary. It's not easy. It's not easy, man. But you just trust God. You trust God and trust God's timing. Because at the same time, while you're enduring, God is working out different aspects, like in your life, whether it be opportunities, whether it be relationships and other people, whether it be just expanding your influence, or whatever, just all the foundational things that it takes to get you started in your purpose. All of that is taking place as well, while God is having you to be patient and endure. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, man. 2 weeks later, still practicing active patience and trusting in the Lord's timing. So that said, we take everything with grace and with an appreciation, just for the opportunity to be eligible to be back in God's presence and to receive God's promise at the end, after you have endured and after you have persevered and overcame and found worthy to step into the purpose and into the promise. Like, everybody don't get that opportunity in this lifetime. A lot of folks won't come to know God, or come into God's presence, or whatever the case may be, or to be able to serve a purpose for his kingdom and to be able to receive the promise. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it's hard, but at the end of the day, it's what goes along with the territory, and you will be rewarded at the end. So that's it. That's all I want to say, man. Y'all be safe today. Stay out the way. Take everything one step at a time, one day at a time. Focus on finding yourself and finding your purpose. I love you, King V, H&R.